Hi, this is Leanne DeVey. I'm here at the Morningstar Conference with Rich Irwin. This is the last day of the convention, and we're happy to be here. We wanted to let you know that there are 1,800 people in attendance. This is a record for the Morningstar Conference. And of the 1,800, 1,200 are advisors like Rich and I. This morning there was a keynote speaker, Jeremy Grantham. His topic was learning to live in a slower growth world. Traditionally, Jeremy Grantham has been known as bearish on stocks and bonds, and he started out with some thoughts about equities and bonds. His company that he founded is called GMO, and they did a forecast that, I'll just summarize a few of the returns, but they forecast after inflation a real return of about 5% for U.S. equities, high quality, and they're negative on U.S. bonds. In his presentation, Jeremy talked about the scarcity of resources around the world, and he thinks we may be able to fake it for the next 30 years or so, but we're going to need to make some adjustments in the way our businesses operate. The biggest force on those resources is, of course, population, the pressure of population. Jeremy was born in 1938, and he said that the population has tripled in his lifetime. But in the old days, population doubled every 1,000 years. At this point, China is gobbling up the world using quite a bit of the natural resources. And China's growth and India's growth are putting intolerable pressure on the world's resources. Right now, 1.3 billion people live in China, and the population growth is expected to be 7%. In India, it's 1.2 billion people with a 9% population growth. So can we cope? This was one of the things he stressed. With energy, if we take some sensible precautions like smart grids, solar energy, wind energy, and if we recycle metals like crazy, that could have an impact. But with food, we're losing the ability to feed poor countries. We're looking at the possibility in the future of feeding 10 billion people. One of the concerns is, with the Chinese, for example, their population 1.3 billion, how do we meet the demand for Chinese beef? It takes about 30 pounds of grain to produce 1 pound of dressed beef. China also has a high soy requirement, but these farming methods we're currently using are not meeting demand. In poor countries around the world, this is going to be a pressing issue. Already, for example, in Egypt, there are 82 million people. Egypt can feed about 55 million, and they import the rest of their food needs. But they're a poor country, and they don't have the financial capacity to pay for the difference between what they can feed their people and what they have to import. So who's going to provide that money and the food? Jeremy Grantham quoted something from India as well. The caloric intake between 1982 for an average Indian citizen and today has gone from 2,100 calories to 1,900. One concern is that if workers are not fed well enough, they're not going to be productive in the workforce. So it could be a spiraling factor. So in light of Jeremy Grantham's comments, we're satisfied that we have a couple of good select names on our list that address some of these food-related shortages. DuPont, which is very involved in seed production, and John Deere Company, which is very involved in farming practices. But we would like to continue to research other companies to see if they're addressing, to make sure that they're addressing this need. To wrap up, Jeremy Grantham basically said that he expects bond performance will be low, and that only high-quality U.S. stocks are good names at this point. But he's most interested in international investing, and especially in emerging markets. We hope you've enjoyed hearing from us at the Morningstar Conference. We've certainly enjoyed being here. It's been a very good experience. I think we've learned a lot. Thank you.